So the first step to make our fruit loaf or sultana's loaf is soaking the fruit or the sultana overnight in water, which we're doing now. Soaking is mainly to avoid the fruit burning from when you're baking on the oven. Get like crispy burn, like black. When you soak, at least take a bit longer to burn. That's all it is, the reason. And plus, that juice it leaks on the bread, the sweetness. And tomorrow, I'm gonna add orange zest and some agave nectar to get that extra sweetness. Don't really need to do it, but I like to do it, make it like extra. So yeah, that's the first step. And then tomorrow we're gonna mix the dough and incorporate the fruits, mix again for a little bit, and then shape, put in the fridge, bake Saturday. Simple as that. So the first thing we're gonna do now today to making our fruit loaf, which is gonna be a mix of fruit loaf and country sourdough. So I already put the hydration and flour here, nothing else, just flour and water. So I'm gonna mix for about 2 minutes and then leave it Autolyse for 1 hour. Slow speed mixing, and then leave it for 1 hour. I will open them in a minute once it's all combined, and then leave it for 1 hour until the flour developed enough gluten. Now it's ready to stop. I'm gonna quickly show you how it looks like, and then we're gonna leave it here. So this is how it looks like. Just a mix flour and water combined together. And this process is how I get my dough really elastic. Someone asked me before, how do I get my dough very elastic? This is the one process I would say recommend. It's not even a secret. This is a process I use to get my dough very elastic when I do a stretch and fold. So while our dough is Autolyse, I'm gonna mix the orange agave nectar into our fruits or raisins. Simple process, but what the difference it makes on the dough is just nice. It's that smell. This is like my occasional or seasonal bread. I like to bake more on Easter and Christmas. That smell of Christmas orange is like the smell of Christmas. Instead of agave nectar, you can use honey, or you can make a sugar syrup. It's not much of your honey or agave nectar to use, just a little bit, because the fruits are already sweet. The reason I choose agave nectar is because I can still call it vegan for 3 or 4 vegan friends, so your bread can still be vegan. If I use honey, it will be vegetarian and stuff. When it's ready to put on when the dough is ready to be mixed, because I'll mix the dough until it's ready, and then take what I need for the country sourdough and then add the inclusion with the rest of the dough. So now it's time to add our starter. I'm going to add the starter, and then I'll mix it for about like 2 minutes and add some salt as well. Mix. Bit of a slow mix to combine together, and then I'll mix it in a faster speed. And then while I add some salt as well. It's time to add our fruits. I've taken out what I needed for country sourdough, so now I have now left country sourdough at the moment, but now we're going to transform into fruit loaf. So I'm going to add the inclusion. So I can add just a half of it and mix. Then add some more. Put the rest. Right, now is to do our stretch and fold for the first time, which is going to be one time today because I'm running late. And then I'm going to do this and then head out to the pop-ups, and I'll come back, do a pre-shape and shape, and put in the fridge ready for tomorrow to bake. So right, let's perform. So let's see how stretched they're going to be. So first, get my hands wet so the dough doesn't stick on my hands. There we go. That's good. I'll do a few times because I'm not going to be able to do it the next one. Second and the third. That's usually okay. Doing just two, just one, I mean. This is just a tiny one. I start with the country, no inclusion. And then I'll finish with the inclusion one, fruit loaf. So the other way you could have done the inclusion, you could have done the inclusion like now, before we do the stretch and fold. Put the fruits or olive, anything you want to include in, put it on, and then perform the stretch and fold. Add some more, and keep doing it. And see? And we're done. And that's it. And I'll come back later. Hopefully they will be ready to shape, pre-shape and shape, and put in the fridge, and ready for next day. So I'm back for my pop-up and shaping some actually. I've shaped a few, but I have a few left to shape, you can see it. And left the fruit one to shape, which is same shaping I use, same system, technique I used to shape the other one, white. So that it didn't really miss much, or it didn't really miss anything, really. And shaping is all the shaping I do in my bread is exactly the same. Every day. Every time I shape it, I use exactly the same shaping system. So yeah, from here we're gonna put in the fridge, and then come back in the morning and bake first thing. So check the description below to see the recipe how you can make it at home. And also I'll put my sourdough recipe. I did a sourdough a long time ago, so you can check that recipe as well, that video as well. I'll probably do another one at some point to refresh or freshen up using a mixer, which is far more quicker than stretch and fold, stretch and fold, stretch and fold, stretch and fold. And now, just remember, don't hang out in my different recipes. This is the only thing it works. Take my recipe as like a baseline, and then recreate. Do something for yourself. How you want to eat it, how you want the bread to look like. See what I mean? It's morning. We're gonna bake our loaves from yesterday, fruit loaves and country sourdough. For now I'm gonna score it. So I got the oven preheated to 250 degrees Celsius from 1 AM. So now they're pumping hot, they're ready to bake. So first thing first, score it, and I'll load the bread in. Now I'm going to load. That's what we like. This water is for steam. The oven doesn't have its own steam. So I'm going to bake it for 15 minutes. Then come back and open to release the steam, and then close and bake for another 15 minutes. Time to release our bread. I will take it out, it's ready. This one is ready, that one, I need some more color. It's ready, but I like to darker color, not too dark, just nice and golden brown. So I'll take this one out. Look at this. These are the colors we like. They're nice and gold. This is our fruit loaf. Here our country sourdough. So yeah, this is how I bake my country and fruit loaf when I make an inclusion bread, which is this one. Sometimes I do seeded and did olive. Yeah, I did olive a while back. I didn't really like it myself. It's too sour, so I don't do it often. I like seeded and this one. These are kind of popular ones to do. And the country sourdough is always on the menu. So yeah, try this out and let us know in a comment how you find it. Don't forget to check the recipes on the description below. I'll put the recipe there so you can just try it out and see the instruction on the video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Peace. Nice one.